don't know about you, but I have had the power go out at the most inconvenient times. Maybe while I'm mixing a cake that's supposed to go in the oven for one of the kids' birthdays, or we're having a big party at the house because it was one of the kids' first communion. I mean, these things happen. I even had it once when the turkey is in the oven for Thanksgiving and we lose electricity. Well, what do you do? It's important to have backup tools. You know, for that turkey, luckily I did have a battery that I could plug in our turkey roaster to, and we could continue roasting our turkey. Whew. And as for the mixer, I had a manual implement, and I am able to bake things on my grill or over a campfire because of a manual tool I have. So I want to share with you my top 15 what I consider essential kitchen tools that you should have a manual backup. So carefully look at this, write down a list for yourself, and if you don't have a manual backup, do something about it. I do have links below for some of the Amazon products I'm talking about if you're interested. Now, many of you might have an electric can opener. I haven't had one for probably 30 years, but can openers are very important. The can opener I love is this KitchenAid one. It's made well with grips. It's just really sturdy. I really like it. The only negative is it doesn't open up my home canned goods that easy. I need that little hook there. So I use this Pampered Chef one I've had forever. But make sure you have multiple can openers that are manual. Well, what about stove? I'm lucky. I have a gas stove, so generally it works even if the power goes out. But I have a variety of backups, including my grill. This is a portable gas stove. I have propane ones, butane ones. All are a great idea to have a backup just in case, so you can continue cooking things the way you're used to for your family. So if you don't have a backup burner, I really recommend one like this. This one takes either propane or butane, so it's really convenient and it's only $33. Now, in addition, I have a rocket stove. I don't have this one, but I've heard good things about it. It's the EcoZoom Versa, and it's about $160, but it really does well. And if you live in a wooded area like I do, you have plenty of fuel for this stove. So here's my oven. It's a dual oven. I use it a lot, but it is electric. So if I lose power and I still want to bake, I have to depend on either baking on my grill or using my Coleman camp oven. Pies, cakes, whatever you want, works great. But if you're going to do that, use that oven in advance so you get used to how it works before you actually have a power outage. Of course, we got our hand mixer, right? And I usually use my KitchenAid mixer. But just in case, yep, got our old hand manual beater, right? You know, my mother always used this for the longest time before she ever got an electric mixer. And they work fine and give you a little workout. So behind me, right here, is my Mealy coffee maker. And when we first did this kitchen, which was, I don't know, maybe 25 years ago, a long time ago anyway, my husband had to have this appliance. And we did use a lot. The kids use it. They liked making their special coffees with it. But now we hardly use it because my husband has a Keurig coffee maker downstairs and he uses those little cups. But what happens if we lose electricity? Neither that or the Keurig would work. And my husband has to have his coffee. So I suggest having a old-fashioned percolator like this. This is a Coleman one to use camping. And if you are using coffee beans, you also need a coffee grinder. So make sure you have one that isn't electrical based. So here's the GSI Outdoors in the enamelware for a percolator for a coffee pot. good idea to have, $30. And this is a stylish looking manual coffee grinder by Javaprise. It's under $35 and it says it has 18 adjustable settings and it's in stainless steel. You can have your morning coffee and not be grouchy all day just because you lost power. So when I'm cooking, I use a timer a lot. I use my OK Google, I use my phone, or I use my microwave. But none of those may be working with a power outage. So I have a little manual, little wind up timer for an hour. And this works just great, and it's magnetic on the back, so I can just click it on the refrigerator. Really like this little mag. And this is my little kitchen countdown timer. It's only $13. While many of you can't be without your Instant Pot, and what do you do if it's not working? I use mine occasionally too, but I always have a pressure canner just in case. Now I have this small Halulite pressure canner for camping and it's great for making rice, but I don't know if that's still available. Now this is something I don't have, but it could be an alternative to a pressure cooker if you want to cook something fast. It is a can cooker companion. This one is 1.5 gallons and it's about $75. Great for camping, nice alternative to a pressure cooker. I have a food processor, a KitchenAid one. I use it a lot. It is great. But yes, it depends on electricity. So I have these manual backups. This is a Pampered Chef chopper, right? I've had it forever. It works great. I use it a lot when I just need some onions or something for a recipe. But then I also have this Mueller chopper, and it has a variety of different blade sizes you can put in, which is really nice. And what I really like about it, it even has a Mandoline attachment, so I can make really fine slices. All this without electricity. Now here is that Mueller Pro Series. It is a little bit more, it's almost $35, but I love how it has 8 blade vegetable slicer options, and it will act like a mandolin. And if you watch my channel, you've seen me use my Wonder Mill grain. I mean, it's great for grinding up my wheat berries. I really love using it. But I also have a manual one just in case. It is the Vittorio grain mill. Not really expensive. It's under $100. But it will work in a pinch. Although I'm not sure if my arm will keep working, but I do have an alternative. Now here is the Victoria Manual High Hopper Grain Grinder. It is about $55. That's really not a bad price, and it's a great backup to your Wonder Mill. I have the KitchenAid meat grinder attachment for my mixer, so that's great. Can need electricity. What would I do? Well, I would use my mother's. This is what she used all the time. It's extremely heavy. I think it's iron. But yeah, it would do the job. Almost $130 meat grinder. If it's not something you do that often, you might want to try this Kusana Pro meat grinder. It's under $33. So good price if you just need a backup just in case. I love my Excalibur dehydrator. I use it quite often. But what happens? Lose electricity. It won't work. Well, then I can use my solar oven. It's completely portable. I put it outside, and hopefully, as long as we have sun, I could still dehydrate. And if you want a good sun oven, the All-American sun oven is rated very, very high. It is expensive. It is almost $500. But again, you can use it again and again, and even when you have electricity, it's great for saving electricity. Cook outside instead in your solar oven. So this is my husband's electric juicer. He likes to have fresh orange juice. Again, won't work if we lose electricity. What do I have for backup? I have this. I've had it forever, Kitchen Essentials, and it is simply basically a container and you put it on top like this, and your oranges, your citrus, whatever you want. And it works great, as long as you don't have to make a gallon or so of juice. This is like mine, bit updated. This is the OXO Good Grips 2-in-1 citrus juicer for about 17 bucks. This is more of an alternative if you want to make more of a quantity of juice. This is the COZ hand press juicer machine, and it's about $59, but it does the job. What if you want toast? Again, need to plug this in. What do you have? Well, I have something that we use quite often when we make a campfire, and is this cast iron camp cooker, or pie oven as they call them. You know, opens up, you put your bread and stuff in here. Works great for toast, but also for making a wonderful toasted sandwich, kind of like a panini. And these are something we won't be without. We love making different sandwiches in them, or just toast, but oh man, it makes the best grilled cheese right over our campfire or our fire pit in the backyard. 2 of them for under $40. In addition to what I've already said, I recommend having a lot of, oh, these are heavy, cast iron pans in Dutch oven, because with these pans you can cook on an open fire or even in your fireplace, and of course you can use them on your stovetop. So these are a great investment. Just get a good brand. By having these manual backup tools for your kitchen, you can rest assured that you still can prepare meals relatively like you did when you have electricity. And that's a great peace of mind. And you get it for really a little investment. You just need to make up your own list. What do you use the most? What could you use in place of it if you lost your electricity, if you're in a blackout? So, do you have another manual tool to add to this list that you think is essential? Please comment below. And if you're interested, I have this video on how to make a blackout kit, so you are ready when the lights go out.